I feel it is my duty, however painful, to report some truths to you.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times the Tudors got history right, and the times it was woefully off base. 16th century spoilers to come.
Trust in those who offer you service, and in the end, my maidens, you will find yourselves in the ranks of those who have been deceived.
Number 5. Not accurate. Hair and costume. Granted, costumes in the Tudors have the grace of being sumptuous and eye-pleasing. Even so, the series has a bad habit of excessively modernizing its costumes for sex appeal.
Perseverance, you are my prisoner now.
These noble ladies go around with their hair loose and showing their shoulders, a scandal that would have eclipsed anything Henry VIII had done. The little headgear the show did portray was inaccurate for the time period.
I must remind you of the expediency of doing your utmost to make yourself agreeable to him.
Sir, I am not sure how I have given His Majesty offense.
The series also plays fast and loose with sumptuary laws, which prohibited lower classes from wearing fabrics and colors, such as purple, reserved only for royalty. Let's not touch on the lack of codpieces either.
Are you out of your senses? Don't talk of such matters again.
Number 5. Accurate. Christina of Denmark rejects Henry VIII. When real life gives you lemonade, you don't wonder where the lemons are. This show always has an eye for real-life drama, and in this instance, they delivered.
Is it not strange that the King's Majesty was in so little space rid of his 3 queens?
After the death of Jane Seymour, a grieving Henry VIII nevertheless begins his search for a new queen. Now, the Duchess of Milan in her widowhood, Christina of Denmark, was duly approached, but by then, Henry's cruelty to his wives was common knowledge.
Frankly, sir, if I had 2 heads, then one would be at His Majesty's service. Alas, I have only this one.
Christina's well-executed zinger about her hypothetical 2 heads was indeed on the historical record, albeit expanded upon by the series' canny writers. Henry definitely needed some ice for that burn.
Everyone has an agenda, and what I want doesn't matter.
Number 4. Not accurate. Henry composed Greensleeves.
And who but my Lady Greensleeves?
Many things in history are, alas, lost to time. While the authorship of Greensleeves is unknown, Henry VIII certainly did not compose it out of frustrated love for Anne Boleyn.
No, not like this.
How?
Seduce me.
Greensleeves was originally published in 1580, registered by Richard Jones at the London Stationers' Company, and it shows up in later publications. Musicologists have confirmed the ballad has an Italian-style composition that came way after Henry's death. Shakespeare also referenced the ballad in his spin-off play The Merry Wives of Windsor.
And yet he would not swear. He praised women's modesty, gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness, that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words, but they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100th Psalm to the tune of Greensleeves.
Still, the series can't resist the image of Henry VIII plucking his lute and jotting down the notes like a male Taylor Swift. Who would?
Omnia vincet amor. No one can resist love.
Number 4. Accurate. Jane Seymour gives birth and dies.
It's childbed fever. I know because my mother died of it. Get out.
Jane Seymour was indeed Henry VIII's 3rd wife, after he annulled his first marriage to Catherine of Aragon and ordered the beheading of his 2nd wife, Anne Boleyn. The series also follows the historical record faithfully, depicting Jane giving birth to Henry's only surviving male heir.
Edward, our son, bless you, child. In the name of God, the Virgin Mary, and St. George.
Sadly, Jane suffered from postpartum complications following a difficult labor, dying less than 2 weeks afterward. She received a queen's funeral, the only one of Henry's wives to have been granted it. Henry's sincere mourning in the show is also accurate. At his death, he requested to be buried beside her. We wish we could have seen more of Seymour, but it could not be.
Women are much put upon in this world. It's my desire as much as I can to promote their interests.
Number 3, not accurate. Wolsey's death.
Madam, you should never presume to know.
My only satisfaction is that in frustrating you, I hasten your fall from the king's good graces. An outcome I desire above all others.
History aficionados must have been miffed at this dramatic change from the historical record. Cardinal Wolsey rose to great prominence, becoming the king's chief advisor as the powerful and influential Lord Chancellor. But Wolsey's failure to secure an annulment of the king's first marriage led to Henry's turning on him.
You are commanded to relinquish the great seal of your office.
And where am I to go?
To the king's house at Jericho, to await the verdict of the court.
He was charged with treason, his property confiscated, and was ordered to return to London for his trial. In the series, however, Wolsey is arrested for his communications with the Queen. Shockingly, he takes his own life in a jail cell on the way to London. In real life, Wolsey fell ill with dysentery and died before his trial. Wolsey was indeed done dirty by both Henry and this series.
If I'd served God as diligently as I served the king, he would not have given me up in my gray hairs.
Number 3, accurate. Mary Tudor acknowledges Henry as supreme head of the church.
I love my father, your grace, and would do anything to please and satisfy him. I still cannot risk my immortal soul for the favor of an earthly king.
Henry VIII's daughter with Catherine of Aragon was undoubtedly stuck between a rock and a hard place. Even as her father broke away from the Pope, Mary clung to her Catholic faith, as well as her belief in her parents' lawful marriage. To that end, she refused to acknowledge her father's new marriage with Anne Boleyn, as well as her new half-sibling, Elizabeth.
I recognize no queen but my mother. But if the king's mistress would intercede with the king on my behalf, then I would be grateful.
Upon Henry's marriage to Jane Seymour, however, Mary was finally convinced to acknowledge her father as the supreme head of the church. The series follows the timeline very faithfully, although in real life, many people were pressuring Mary to sign, not just Imperial Ambassador Chapuis. Accepting your father's new family after a divorce is always such a trial.
Only I ask if you can procure papal absolution for what I have done. So long as I live, I will never forgive myself.
Number 2, not accurate. Mary and Elizabeth weren't princesses.
My daughters, the Princess Mary.
Madam?
The Princess Elizabeth.
Perhaps this was done for simplicity's sake. Conversely, the Tudors may have wished to soften Henry's treatment of his daughters by calling them princesses. The facts are these. When Henry annulled his marriage to Catherine of Aragon, their daughter Mary subsequently became illegitimate and stripped of her titles, including princess. These titles were transferred to Henry's daughter with Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth. Thus, Elizabeth was a princess, up until Henry sent her mother to the chopping block. Thereafter, Elizabeth became illegitimate, and her titles too were stripped.
And Elizabeth will become a bastard now? As I have been a bastard?
Yes, princess. The brat is now officially a bastard.
Elizabeth and Mary only returned to the line of succession behind their brother, Edward VI, with the Third Succession Act of 1544, 3 years before Henry's death. As it is, Elizabeth and Mary weren't princesses until then.
It means that the king loves both of us. And that you may be queen someday. And you. Queen Elizabeth.
Number 2, accurate. Henry had an illegitimate son with Elizabeth Blunt.
Henry, congratulations. Thank you, Charles. I always knew it wasn't my fault.
Henry's real-life obsession with a legitimate heir did not prevent him from his flagrant womanizing. His affair with Elizabeth Blunt, the lady-in-waiting to his first wife, was particularly fruitful.
I am with child, Your Eminence.
Yes,
It is His Majesty's child.
She gave birth to a son named Henry Fitzroy, Duke of Richmond and Somerset. The only out-of-wedlock son Henry acknowledged, Fitzroy did indeed come to court and was even presented to it by a proud Henry.
Rise, Your Grace.
By all accounts, he was raised in a similar style and comfort as his half-siblings. He died, sadly, when he was 17, and not as a child as depicted in the series. Number 1. Not accurate. Henry had 2 sisters, not 1.
As you love me, take care of her.
I will. I have no doubts. I shall treat her as if she were my own sister.
In the series, Henry's oldest sister Margaret was set to marry the King of Portugal at Henry's command. Margaret instead develops a mutual attraction with Henry's best friend, Charles Brandon, 1st Duke of Suffolk, and smothers the King of Portugal days after their wedding. Now a widow, she secretly marries Brandon, causing a furious Henry to banish them from court for a time.
How dare you look at me? I am your lord and master, not your brother!
In reality, Henry had 2 sisters, Margaret and Mary. The real-life Margaret married James IV, while Mary was the one who married Charles Brandon in secret after her husband, King Louis XII of France, died. These 2 characters were amalgamated into one murderous sister for the purposes of the series. Calm down, show.
Do you think they were suspicious?
Of course they were suspicious. Didn't you see the way his servants looked at you? But his son was overjoyed.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Accurate. Henry left the Catholic Church so he could remarry. Whatever the 1,000 historical inaccuracies of the Tudors, the series gets the most important aspects of Henry VIII's life correct. Although a deeply pious Catholic, Henry was desperate for a male heir.
You understand, Wolsey? The Tudor dynasty, gone. All my father's work finished, and it's my fault!
He believed marrying his mistress and consummating his passion would give him what he most desired. To secure the annulment, he argued that his first marriage to his brother's widow was not legitimate, as it was forbidden by scripture.
We were never legally man and wife, and the court will decide in my favor. And if the court does not decide in my favor, I shall denounce the Pope as a heretic and marry whom I please.
When the Catholic Church resisted his efforts, Henry severed ties to become the supreme head of the Church of England in 1534. He stripped Catherine of her former titles, and Anne Boleyn became queen. This is very much a case of real life being so much stranger than any fiction.
The Pope threatens to excommunicate me if I do not return to Catherine. It's too late.
Which other historical inaccuracies or accuracies have you encountered in the Tudors? Let us know in the comments down below.